Letter I've chose is N. N for normal or normalisation. Part of the process that I had to go through was getting used to talking about this stuff and making it normal to talk about the sexual abuse that happened to me when I was a child and when I was a young adult. Something I kept away, hidden, deep down, dark inside, in that cupboard, facilitated by drug use, taking heroin, taking crack. It wasn't normal for me to talk about what had happened. It was only when I met other people and spent time in a peer support group and spoke with other lads that it became normal talking about it. Now, I'm not saying that I had to speak to every Tom, Dick and Harry about it who I met, even though I did go through a stage in the beginning where I'd tell anybody who'd listen. Which was a massive step, but at the time quite inappropriate, to be honest with you. Normal conversations with people. How are you? And I start talking about, at the bus stop, that I was having counselling and why I was having counselling and stuff like that. That's just a stage that I had to go through to learn when it was appropriate to talk about it and when it wasn't appropriate to talk about it. Because what happened when I went to the peer support group, because that was my life and my main focus and my kind of like sort of buoyancy aid that I've been thrown, which I clung on to for dear life, because for the very first time in my life I was sat round other men like me who was talking about the sexual abuse and rape that they'd been through as a child in an open and honest way, in a normal way. But that I had to go through that stage. I had to meet with those lads. I had to open up and I had to talk about that stuff for me and for my own sanity, and learn to normalise talking about it. Learn to say the words that I couldn't say before. I used to talk about what had happened to me in a very sort of childlike way, really. And for me to heal, what I had to do is I had to talk about the body parts, like penis, like arse, those kind of words. I couldn't say those words. It used to make me cringe. I'd go really embarrassed talking about sex and talking about those things, because it was a trigger for me. It was a trigger for what I'd been through. It's those stuff that I hadn't tapped into before, those memories that I'd hidden deep inside and like masked with drugs. So normalising talking about what had happened to me in the appropriate space with the right people who kind of understood my journey and could steer me in the right direction and share their experiences of what they've been through, really helped me. So if somebody is watching this and thinking, I can never get to that stage, how am I going to get to that stage? How am I going to talk about this normally? All I'll say is it can be done, and I just learned to do that from other people, from seeing other people do it, and seeing other people not fall to bits. They might have had a breakdown. It might have been emotional and stuff, but a lot of those guys now who was in group with me at that time are way on in their recovery, and part of the reason of that is because it became normal to talk about it. It's healthy to talk about stuff what's happened to you, in the right space and with the right support. So yeah, N for normal. That's my letter.